We're back on First Take, and we've got some breaking news coming in. Joining us now, we've got Shams with some major developments. What can you tell us?
Yeah, I'm told that Rahmir Williams Jr., one of the top young prospects in the country, has officially decommitted from Tennessee.
Wait a minute, hold on. You're telling me he's walking away from Tennessee?
That's what I'm hearing. Sources close to Rahmir say this decision has been in the works, and it's something he's been seriously considering after recent developments in his situation.
I don't like this. Oh, hell nah. I don't like this at all. Not one bit. This is a young player we're talking about here. What happened to structure, development, exposure? Tennessee was the perfect situation for him.
Or maybe this is bigger than basketball as we know it. The game is changing. Players are thinking differently now.
Actually, I'm getting something right now. There's more to this story. Rahmir Williams Jr. is planning to sign with a EuroLeague team, Partizan Mozart.
What? You're telling me this kid is skipping college to go overseas?
That's correct. I'm told he plans to join the team immediately, finish out the remainder of their season, and then declare for the NBA draft next summer when he turns 19. And from what I'm hearing, this is a one-year deal worth $10 million.
$10 million? This is unbelievable. What happened to taking the traditional route, going to college and then going to the NBA? These new Gen Zers are just damn spoiled.
Everywhere I went, all I heard was my name. Phones ringing nonstop, notifications going crazy. ESPN, all the social media sites, group chats, and even strangers. Everybody had something to say about my decision, but none of them had to live with it. That conversation with my auntie and uncle, man, that wasn't easy. I'm sitting there trying to explain how a kid fresh out of high school is about to move across the world to Belgrade, Serbia, instead of taking a full ride to Tennessee. You could feel the tension in the room. They weren't mad, they were worried, and I get it. But I had to stand on what I felt. I had to talk to them like a man, not a kid asking for permission. Vincent stepped in too, not speaking for me, but backing me, letting them know this wasn't just emotion. This was a real opportunity, a real path. And after everything was said, they didn't fully understand it, but they respected it. And that meant everything to me. What people don't know is them 2 days I took to decide, that wasn't just thinking, that was life-changing. Man, when I tell you my line was jumping, I almost missed out on my agent's call because of how hecked my phone got. When my agent called, I answered, thinking it was just another check-in. But the tone in his voice was different, serious, but excited. He told me I had a deal on the table. Not just any deal, a Reebok-Iverson deal, $20 million. I didn't even know what to say. I just sat there, quiet, because at that moment, everything started making sense. Too many things were lining up, too many signs. Then came the dinner. Coach from Partizan Mozart invited me and my agent out, and I hadn't even signed yet. That stood out to me. We sitting at the table, and instead of talking contracts, he talked about family. He said, if one eats, we all eat. If one fights, we all fight. That stuck with me, because where I come from, that's how we live. Then he started asking about me. Not basketball, me, my life, my story. And when I told him about losing my parents at 12, about my grandparents raising me, and then losing them too, he didn't just listen, he understood. Because he had his own story. From New York, lost his parents at 15, no family, ended up in an orphanage, turned to the streets, dropped out, stopped playing ball, in and out of jail, almost lost his life more than once, until somebody took the time to mentor him, change his direction. He told me how he got his life together, started coaching, built a family, then one opportunity changed everything. Europe, Serbia, a new life. And he's been there ever since, over 20 years. Sitting there listening to him, I wasn't just hearing a coach talk. I was hearing someone who survived, someone who understood pain, someone who rebuilt their life. And for the first time in this whole process, it didn't feel like business. It felt real. Meanwhile, I'm hitting up Tennessee coach. No response. Days go by. Nothing. That told me everything I needed to know. And then reality hit me one night. I'm laying there thinking not about highlights, not about crowds, but about what if. What if I get hurt? What if everything stops? What if I become another name people forget? I've seen how fast life can change. Too many times. Yeah, 10 million sounds crazy. Still more money than I've ever seen in my life. Still enough to change everything for my family and for my future. And I had to keep it a buck with myself. This ain't just about me anymore. So when I looked at everything, Tennessee felt like a step I was supposed to take. But Serbia, that felt like the step I was meant to take. The brotherhood, the opportunity, the respect, the timing, the deal, all of it. So I made my decision. I picked up my phone, called my agent, and kept it simple. Let's do it. I hung up, sat there for a second, and just stared out the window. Because in that moment, my whole life changed. Not just where I was going, but who I was becoming.
And a big bounce off the rim, but it's out. It's Williams, high post, and Williams punches it home. Wow. To snap the cold streak, Williams grabs the board. Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. He drops it from range. 5.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
And the visitors call time here.
Test.
And here is Williams. Give him 8. Just 3 to shoot. Launches a 3. And count it. Now 5 for 7. There's 1:47 left to play in the first quarter. And there it is for him. Williams has got 13. Parker the screen. Williams from long range. That is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Jokic. And a miss there.
Game is gone.
And there's the lob.
You could just see how in sync they were there.
That's what it takes to pull that off. Right wing. Jokic, just 5 to shoot. To the inside. And the dunk by Jones.
Well, this is a case where you use your size to full advantage, exactly what you're...
Now here's Williams. Back to Brown. There's the triple. And the three-pointer goes. Brown's got 12 points in the game.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Pass to De Silva. Here's Baldwin.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
From downtown, knocks down the triple.
They've got some ground to make up, and shooting the three ball more consistently, like they are now, should help them do it.
Williams from long range. Good. 8 buckets in 12 attempts.
And just
Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good.
Been a tough stretch for this guy right now. Looking a little out of sorts.
Kicks it out to Parker. Pass to Williams. Another shot. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw.
I love that.
Williams fires. It's a turnaround. The fourth. The floater. Ooh, the shot misses. Now Milton with the shot. And he sinks the jumper.
I love.
Substitution on the court.
So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. A competitive game. And as we leave, we present our player of the game.
The buzzer had already sounded, but the energy from the game was still alive in my chest. A double-double, my first game, 30 points, 10 assists, and 3 steals. It felt all surreal, playing against guys way older than me in a professional setting. The tunnel was loud, echoes of footsteps, staff moving fast, cameras flashing, but everything felt slow to me. I had just put on a performance, one of those games. As I walked through, still catching my breath, I spotted my agent waiting for me near the exit. Before I could even speak, before I could even ask what was next, he smirked.
Good game, champ. I brought you a friend.
I frowned slightly, confused. Then I looked past him and froze. Standing there, calm, confident, like he'd been here 1,000 times before. Allen Iverson. For a second, nothing felt real. The noise faded. The tunnel disappeared. It was just me, and one of the greatest to ever do it. I couldn't even get words out. Iverson stepped forward, gave me a nod, then a handshake that turned into a quick pull-in hug.
I had to come see it for myself. You different.
I shook my head, still trying to process it all. My agent clapped his hands, breaking the moment.
Hey, don't just stand there like a spoiled kid in a candy store. We got to put this deal in black and white. Let's get to it.
15 minutes later, we were back at my condo. City lights stretched across the windows. Quiet, peaceful, like the world didn't even know what was happening inside these walls. But inside, this was a life-changing moment. Me and Iverson sat across from each other. No cameras, no noise, just real conversation. He leaned back, studying me for a second.
You know what come with this, right?
I nodded, but truthfully, I was still learning. He could tell, so he leaned forward. And that's when the game changed. Not basketball, life. He started talking, really talking, about pressure, about being doubted, about carrying a brand, a culture, a legacy on your back.
This ain't just shoes. This is responsibility. They not just betting on your talent. They betting on who you are. Don't spend too much time trying to prove them wrong. Invest that energy in proving yourself right.
I listened to every word, locked in, because this wasn't just Allen Iverson, the legend. This was Allen Iverson, the mentor. He told me about mistakes, about sacrifices, about staying true when everything around you tries to change you. And for the first time since all of this started, I felt grounded. My agent set the papers down on the table. Clean, official, real. The room got quiet again. Iverson looked at me, then nodded toward the contract.
This your moment.
I picked up the pen, paused just for a second. Everything flashed through my mind. Where I came from, everything I lost, everything I had to fight through to even be here. Then I signed, and just like that, everything changed. Iverson smiled, leaned back, and clapped his hands once.
Welcome to Team Reebok, my boy.
My agent dapped me up.
It's going to be a fruitful partnership.
I looked down at the contract one more time. Then out at the city. Same view. But it didn't feel the same anymore. Because now it wasn't just about basketball. It was bigger than that. Way bigger. And I was just getting started.